it's Destiny, and today we'll be going over Ashveil's kit, best teams, builds, and his overall value. I'd love to know which upcoming character you're the most excited for, and if you'd like to see some more Star Rail content from me, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. Ashveil is a lightning hunt character who specializes in frequent follow-up attacks, and starting off with his skill, he'll mark an enemy as bait and deal damage to that enemy. And if an enemy is already marked as bait, you'll deal additional lightning damage and recover one skill point. This allows Ashveil to be skill point neutral when using his skill on the bait. Additionally, when bait exists on the field, all enemies' defenses will be reduced by 40%, and this is very beneficial for Ashveil's personal damage output, but also the rest of the team. And when bait does not exist on the field, Ashveil will immediately inflict bait onto the enemy with the lowest HP on the current field. This will also happen at the start of combat. Now, as for the additional benefits bait provides, whenever the bait is attacked by another ally, Ashveil will regenerate 8 fixed energy. This will be very useful for using his ultimate more frequently, and if he has a point of charge, he will also unleash a follow-up attack against the bait. You can see how many charges you have right above his HP bar, and you will start with 2 charges, and if you use his technique, you'll start with 3 charges. As for how to get more charges to be able to unleash more follow-up attacks with Ashveil, you'll have to use his ultimate. His ultimate will cost 150 energy, and he will mark one enemy as bait and deal lightning damage onto that enemy, and immediately launch an enhanced follow-up attack onto them, and he will gain 3 charges. And when you have Gluttony, Ashveil will be able to consume 4 stacks to deal additional instances of damage until Gluttony drops below 4 stacks. It's also worth noting a nice perk about Ashveil's enhanced follow-up is that if he defeats the bait with his enhanced follow-up attack, he'll then target the next bait. And this is pretty cool for defeating multiple enemies in a row, and is also very fun in modes like Pure Fiction. As for how to acquire Gluttony, you'll be able to get 2 Gluttony from his follow-up attack, and through one of his traces you'll get Gluttony from using his skill and ultimate. Additionally, during Ashveil's follow-up attack, for every 1 enemy that suffers a killing blow, you will gain 1 stack of Gluttony, and you can have a max total of 12 stacks. As for Ashveil's additional traces, Phantom Limb will increase the follow-up damage he deals by 80%. And for every 1 stack of Gluttony in possession, the damage dealt by the follow-up attack will additionally increase by 10%. And as for his final trace, First Fang, when Ashveil is on the field, the crit damage dealt by allies will increase by 40%, and the crit damage dealt by allies' follow-up attacks will additionally increase by 80%. These are nice buffs for Ashveil himself, and First Fang can also be a nice buff for allies as well. Now, as for his minor traces, he will get 10% attack, 14.4% lightning damage, and lastly 37.3% crit damage. Now, when it comes to Ashveil's Eidolons, his E1 will increase the damage taken by all enemies by 24%, and when enemies' HP is 50% or lower, the damage they take increases to 36%. This is an effect just by Ashveil being on the field. As for E2, the maximum stacks of Gluttony will increase to 18, and each time Ashveil launches his enhanced follow-up attack, it'll refund 35% of the removed Gluttony stat. This will boost the damage dealt by his follow-up attacks through his trace Phantom Limb, and also allow you to deal more additional instances of damage through Ashveil consuming Gluttony. As for E4, Ashveil's attack will increase by 40% for 3 turns after using his ultimate. Lastly, for E6, when bait exists on the field, all enemies' ult-type res will be reduced by 20%, and for every 1 stack of Gluttony Ashveil has gained, the damage dealt by Ashveil will increase by 4%, and this can stack up to 30 times. With all 30 stacks, this would be 120%. Now, as for Eidolon calculations, here is the difference between each Eidolon for Ashveil. For those debating between his first Eidolon or his signature light cone, I would lean more toward his signature light cone, as this will increase his crit rate, increase his attack, and increase the damage taken by all enemies as well. The additional crit rate will be very useful when it comes to building him, which we'll get into this shortly. Now, when it comes to team building with Ashveil, he can be used as a main DPS or a sub DPS on release. You can use him with Feixiao, as he'll be able to debuff enemies for her, deal frequent follow-up attacks of his own, and this can also assist with getting Flying Aureus stacks for Feixiao. Feixiao is going to also be able to deal attacks frequently herself, which can help with Ashveil getting more energy from the bait being attacked, resulting in him using his ultimate more frequently. The rest of the team would consist of another follow-up attacker or support, and then a sustain. Some supports you can consider can be Tribbie, as she can increase all allies' ult-type res pen, increase the enemy's damage taken while her zone is active, and unleash frequent follow-up attacks of her own onto enemies. And this will help with Ashveil getting more energy from the bait being attacked, and assist with Feixiao getting more Flying Aureus stacks to unleash her ultimate more frequently as well. As for some other options, you can consider Cipher with Ashveil and Feixiao as a third follow-up attacker, and she can increase the damage enemies receive from the team by being on the field, as well as record the damage being dealt onto enemies. As for your sustain option, I would recommend a sustain with follow-up attack. Dan Hong PT is a great free-to-play option, there's also Aventurine, and so on. As for main DPS Ashveil, some supports you can consider using with him can consist of Tribbie, Cipher, Remembrance Trailblazer, Ting Yun, Kayla, Silverwolf, Sunday, Sparkle, and so on. Tribbie will be able to deal frequent follow-up attacks and increase Ashveil's damage potential. Remembrance Trailblazer can give Ashveil a true damage buff from Mem support, action advance, more crit rate, crit damage, and so on. Ting Yun can provide more energy, damage boost, attack boost, and can also be a great holder of Dance Dance Dance. Kayla can reduce all enemies' defenses. Silverwolf can inflict numerous debuffs onto enemies, allowing Ashveil to deal more damage onto them. Sunday can provide Ashveil with more energy, crit rate, crit damage, action advance, and so on. And as for Sparkle, she can provide Ashveil with action advance, crit damage, increase the damage taken by all enemies, recover skill points for the team, provide attack buffs, ult-type res pen, and more. Overall, there are multiple options you can use for main DPS Ashveil, and when it comes to fun dual DPS teams, you can consider using him with Archer for back-to-back follow-ups. I recently showcased this and this was very fun. And Ashveil can also increase the damage Archer deals with his debuffing and buffing abilities. And Archer being able to attack enemies multiple times in a row can help with getting Ashveil more energy. In Pure Fiction, a fun synergy can be Ashveil and Jade. Ashveil's enhanced follow-up attack will be able to defeat numerous enemies in a row in Pure Fiction, and overall can be a pretty fun team. When it comes to Ashveil's teams, there is a chance in the future he may end up being paired with a new follow-up attacker or follow-up centric character to be able to create a stronger follow-up centric team, but this is uncertain at the current moment. Now that we've gone over teams, let's go over how to build Ashveil. When it comes to building him, for his relic sets, I would recommend Ashblazing Grand Duke, Eagle of Twilight Line, and Pioneer could also be an option. As for the planar options, you can use Duran Dynasty, City of Converging Stars, Banana Amusement Park if you're using him with Don Hung PT, Inert Salcedo, or Isamo with another Hunt character. For main stats, I would recommend Crit Body. Crit Rate can be very helpful for getting near 100% crit rate for Ashveil. I would recommend Crit Rate Body the most, plus he is also able to give himself a bunch of crit damage as well. When it comes to the boots, Attacker Speed, then Lightning Orb or Attack Orb, and lastly Attacker Energy Regen Rope. And as for stat goals, I would try to aim for 100% crit rate within battle. So let's say out of combat he doesn't have 100% crit rate, but with the buffs from the rest of the characters on the team he's able to reach 100% within battle, then that's perfectly fine. I would also try to aim for 3000 attack or higher, and then for his speed I would aim for base speed or 135 depending on the team. As for light cones, I would recommend his signature light cone, Baptism of Pure Thought, The Hell Where Ideals Burn, Worrisome Blissful, Cruising in the Stellar Sea, and so on. Now, when it comes to Ashveil's value, aside from those who love his character, I would say at the current moment it is a bit harder to recommend him, especially with version 4.2 being right after, featuring the new Silverwolf and Evanescia as anniversary characters. For those who care about the Elation playstyle and have pulled Yao Guang, Sparksea, or are interested in Silverwolf or Evanescia, then I would recommend saving until version 4.2. In the case of Ashveil, as mentioned earlier, he may end up getting a stronger synergy in the future, but we aren't too sure when this will happen. This does mean we can wait until a rerun though to see his value and potential after he's been out for a while, and if we get a new follow-up centric character to use alongside him. Overall though, I'd love to know if you're planning to pull Ashveil or are you skipping him for someone else? And if you are skipping him, who are you skipping him for? Lastly, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.